Hollywood star Matthew McConaughey has revealed how a trip to Australia as a teenager changed him. The 53-year-old Texan actor took an exchange trip to rural Australia when he was in his late teens, ending up in the small town of Warnervale on the central NSW coast. Watch the video above. Matthew McConaughey recalls time in Australia. For more celebrity-related news and videos, check out Celebrity Greater Than. It was 1988, and McConaughey was staying with a couple who, after he had been with them for 4 months, told him to start calling them Mom and Dad. Recalling the story in an interview with former Australian Deputy Prime Minister John Anderson, the actor said the bizarre request forced him to step up and assert himself for the first time as a young man. "I told them, I will not call you that, I will call you by your first names, or Mr. and Mrs., but not Mom and Dad," McConaughey recalled. "I was like, thank you, but no thank you. I've got one mom and dad, that's the only person I'm calling Mom and Dad. That gave me such identity and strength, to say no, without having to check in with my own mom, dad or friends. To have the clarity gave me a sense of self, it gave me a sense of stance, it gave me agency. To have that clarity, that judgment, to say, that won't fly. That's non-negotiable." McConaughey continued to stay with his hosts, putting the strange request down to cultural differences. The actor also wrote about his experience of living in Australia in his memoir, Green Lights, published in October 2020. He revealed that he knew not a soul when he arrived and was stripped of all the crutches he relied on as a teenager growing up in Texas. Working 6 jobs, rural Australia was a world away from his relatively charmed life back home. "I began to realize how valuable and enduring that year in Australia was for me, how I wouldn't be the man I am today, unless I had taken that year," he wrote. "How I wouldn't have learned the lessons if I would have come home early." The actor even credited his time in Australia as helping lead him to win an Oscar, which he did for his role in Dallas Buyers Club in 2013. He wrote that up until his difficult gap year, he'd lived a charmed life, voted most handsome at school, he was also an A-grade student and had no shortage of girlfriends. But in Australia, he had to learn to toughen up and get by, calling his gap year treading water until I crossed the finish line. For more engaging celebrity and lifestyle content, visit 7Life on Facebook.